Kawasaki 650 EX out. Kind of a weird color. Teal's kind of a strange color, but that's all right. He said this isn't going to be as fast as my Z9. Nice slow ride, nothing crazy here. Oh yeah, she's tiny compared to the Z9. Very tiny. Kind of mirrors are kind of in a weird spot. Way far up there. Sounds alright. It doesn't sound like the Z, that's for sure. Let's see how she feels. Feels like she'll turn real tight. Of course the tires are new, so I'm not going to be doing any crazy cornering, but we'll get a feel for her anyway. So this thing has a 650cc engine. It's not a super sport, it's just considered a sport bike. Power Sports, where I buy my bikes at, Power Sports here, they don't let you take super sports for test rides, because you know the youth have a tendency to get out there and freaking wreck them, so they don't let you take the super sports for rides. Now if the manufacturers come through with demos, then you can test ride them, but oh man, she's so small. Yes, tiny bike. It really doesn't have much power, but we'll give it a little more on the way back here. It's a 6-speed. She feels really responsive. I don't know if she's quite as responsive as the Z, but I think too the Z9's only about excuse me, the Z9 is only about $1,000 more than this, I believe. I'll have to look at the price tag when we get back. I think the retail on this is $81 and the Z9 is $89.99. I feel like I really would have to get this thing up in the power band to get it to pop up. Yeah, I don't think it feels as responsive as the Z9. I'm kind of interested to see what the wheelbase is on this thing. It feels like it has a longer wheelbase. What I don't like is the gas tank is so tiny. Looks like a 3-gallon gas tank. It says it's got 94 miles left, so oh, it's full. So yeah, you only get like 100 miles on a gas tank, which I mean, it's not terrible. It's pretty comfortable. You're not too kicked forward a little on it, you know, so it's not real uncomfortable. Holy crap, we still ain't going here. All right, let's turn this sucker around. It's a dog. It's a dog. Good first bike, I think. This would make an excellent first bike. If it's you know, the first sport bike you want to buy, this would probably be a good choice. I'm kind of interested what Doug thinks, if the little 300s and 400s are quicker than this or not. But yeah, I think this would make a pretty good first sport bike, and it is a nice looking bike, which a lot of people buy bikes, you know, especially sport bikes, for their looks. You know, your first bike, you're not going to utilize all the performance that comes with it, so you don't need a super sport. I don't recommend buying a super sport as a first bike. They're just, I mean, they're insane. They're nuts. The power's unbelievable. I had this thing pegged pretty much. I almost had the not really supposed to take it full throttle, but I did. you know, I had the throttle pretty wide open. We were just going, and you could see the acceleration on it. If I had the throttle that open on my R6, I would have been at 130 miles an hour in that stretch of road, 120 miles an hour. So this thing, I think we got up to like 70 or maybe 70, 75, something like that. But yeah, you'll see the difference when I get on the Z9. So as a first bike, I think this would be a nice first bike. Definitely a better option than getting an all-out super sport for your first ride. So anyway, we just took the Kawasaki EX650 for a ride. Great starter bike. Now we're on my personal Z9 here. Going to demo this thing a little bit. So the Kawasaki EX650 is $7,600, brand new. It's not super fast at all. The Z9 that I'm sitting on, brand new, is $9,000, so it's an extra $1,400. I think, you know, if it's not your first bike, I wouldn't go with the 650 because it's kind of slow. You could do a bunch of stuff to it to make it faster, but I just don't think I would, you know, if you're looking for a sport bike, I wouldn't go that route if you're an experienced rider, just because, like I said, it's pretty slow. So for an extra $1,400, you get something like the Z9 here, and this thing is wicked fast. And this is all stock right now. Keep that in mind. I got some sprockets coming for it, so gonna give it a little more pep when I get the sprockets on there. Not that she's not peppy enough, but I want just a little bit more. So yeah, I ordered a couple sprockets. They'll be put on at the end of the month. So let me show you the difference here between the Z9 and the EX650. That's it. We were at 90 miles an hour right there, and I wasn't like super redlined or anything like that. So yeah, that 650 probably would take me an extra 5 seconds to get up to that speed. Well, at least it seemed like it anyway. It seemed very slow to me. I'm just, like I said, I'm used to this, so that little 650 would seem slow, I guess. But for a first bike, it's definitely a great bike. But this Z9, this is one of my favorite bikes I've ever owned. I've had several now. I loved my R6, but I'm an old guy, and it, you know, just, it wasn't comfortable enough for me. The Z9, you're really sitting upright. Yeah, this thing does haul some ass. I've had it up. My top speed's like 130, 140. I don't like going much faster than that. I get a little nervous. Maybe if I had like full leathers on or was on a track or something, I'd go a little faster. But wearing jeans and, you know, city roads, state roads, I'm not comfortable going crazy fast. There's a lot of idiots out there. You never know, you know, at 120 miles an hour, a pothole come up on you quick. And I live in the land of potholes. But yeah, the EX650 I think is a great first bike. I definitely recommend, if you're a new rider, take the safety class in your state. It's fun. It's usually a 2-day deal. In Delaware, it's $50. They supply the motorcycle. If you need a helmet, they'll supply that. You got to wear pants, you got to wear long sleeves, you got to wear gloves. So I recommend setting it up in a cooler month if possible. And it is fun. It's a fun class. You'll learn a lot, and by the end of it, you can ride pretty well. And in Delaware, they give you a test at the end, and if you pass it, you get your motorcycle license. So that's pretty awesome.
So as you can see, the Ninja 650 comes in 3 colors. The red's quite pretty. So that's going to conclude this video. I appreciate y'all watching. Thank you very much. Hit the like button, click subscribe. I'll see you next time. Cheers.